Welcome to the CitrusTV Sports Blog. Gabe Altieri joining you now with new quarterbacks coach at Syracuse, Tim Lester. Tim, how you doing?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
Pretty good. What was your first reaction when you got the job, when you got the call?
I was excited. You know, Coach Shafer and I go way back, and he's a coach and a mentor of mine that I've always looked forward to coaching with someday, and to have the opportunity to come to Syracuse, to be joining the ACC, and most importantly to work with Coach Shafer and Coach McDonald and Chuck and all the coaches that we've worked with in the past, and our families have been together in the past. I think those were the key, factors in making the decision.
I think one of the biggest questions you're going to have to answer over the next couple months is who's going to be the starting quarterback now. I'm not going to ask you that right now, so, because one, you obviously have no clue. But talking to those guys, what was your initial reaction when you first got to meet some of them?
Yeah, they're great young men. Great looking, physical. Physically, they look the part. I've got to meet each one of them individually for a very short amount of time, and got to sit and talk to them all today and tell them a little bit about what I want them to start doing and start thinking about, and talked about my comfort level with quarterbacks that are starting for the first time, because I've had to do it before. The difference is last time we were at Western Michigan and we had to play a freshman for 7 games. It was due to injury, so we really weren't prepared for it. Whereas this time we know whoever plays next year will be a first-time starter. So we're excited. I haven't watched one of them, but I'm looking forward to getting after the recruiting trail on the tape.
Well, what specific traits are you looking for in a quarterback? Is there anything specific you like to see in these guys?
I like to see a presence, in the pocket, which is some guy who's not frantic back there, because you're going to have to do a lot of thinking, and you're going to have to make a lot of decisions, and quick ones at that. So, I'm excited to just watch their body positioning in the pocket. We're going to talk a lot about fundamentals and getting their base straight. So once we can get all that stuff, the fundamentals down, I just want to see how they react under pressure. We're going to put them in pressure as much as possible and get them to compete as much as possible. But the guy that can handle the pressure and make decisions and take care of our ball, be efficient, and then hopefully that guy has the ability to do some things with his feet too. But efficiency is key, and you really can't be efficient when you're frantic out there, and that tends to happen for all freshmen at some point. The game seems to be too fast for them. Our job is to make sure we can find the guy that can slow the game down as fast as possible and give him the chance to play.
How much is it just instilling the confidence in these guys about, you're replacing a guy like Ryan Nassib that broke all these school records? I'm sure you've heard. I mean, how much of it is just telling them, hey, you don't have to go out there and be the 5-star senior quarterback that was, breaking all those records?
That's a great point. That's a huge part of it. And a lot of that will be what we decide to put in. Can we scale it back? Because Nassib, who I was really hoping had a couple more years, but he's a great player. I got to see him play. I haven't watched his film yet, but I've seen him play on TV and the Pinstripe Bowl. I watched that from cover to cover. But, it's really exciting, for these guys to have the chance to do that. But it's important for me to help them understand that they're going to be a first-time starter. And you attack a game differently that way. I mean, you attack a game from an efficiency standpoint, whereas I'm sure Nassib was going out there knowing that he has the ability to win a game, and he's going out there and being aggressive because he has a lot of experience. So we're going to start slow, and we're going to slowly loosen the reins as the guy shows. But hopefully if we show them that what we're going to ask them to do is a smaller piece and help them understand what they need to do to be efficient, then they'll have more confidence. And no, we're not going to loosen the reins on you. We're not going to have you do all that stuff until you're ready. And hopefully that'll start building confidence, because confidence is a huge factor.
Well, Coach, thank you very much.
I appreciate it.
And keep it tuned here to the sportsblog.citrustv.net for all your spring football action.